Good morning, YouTube. I survived. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to go through it. I'm going to have to edit that out. But I survived. And I can't hear you, Lonnie. Yep. Nope. I'm here. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me roar. Your mic is not plugged in. Yes, but it is now. There you go. All right. I was just telling you how kind of crazy it was, just this whole experience. Yeah, no, I was so proud of myself. I have to tell you, I was so proud of myself because this morning I got a new chair that I'm going to tell you all about. I got my pictures and my videos all done. I have my lighting perfect. I was like zoning out. I'm like, this is perfect. And then I forget to plug in my microphone. So, crazy nuts. All right. So, as I was saying, is I have had like a lot of anxiety since Friday because I knew it was coming, and I have this immense childhood fear of of thunderstorms and just wind and storms in general. It's so it this I have so many things to tell you because I was really very proud of myself because in the past I would have totally just like gone headfirst into this fear. I would have been irrational. I would have been manic. And I've had such growth lately with going to counseling with Robert and Brandon to just my own self journey that while I had a little bit of anxiety going in and I was probably a little bit more on high alert, it was nothing compared to what I would have been had I have been letting myself just let my fears run amok. So instead of just sitting there and being like, oh my gosh, I'm really scared, I decided to be super proactive. So what I did is I made sure that I had all of my preparations, which I'm going to show you because I think I did really well preparing, but a lot of people from around the world was like, you did a good job, but there's some things you could have added. And I do want to share that with you. I will show you like Sunday morning how it kind of looked. We already had some damage in the front yard on Sunday morning. I lost a couple of my really cool little palm trees in my front yard. And then I found a lizard. So I saved a lizard. And then Sunday night, the wind started picking up. So we had some damage in the backyard, which Indy absolutely had fun playing with that. And then it hit. And I was like, holy guacamole, Batman, this is what they're talking about. And I took a picture of what Courtney's talking about, the wind. I took a little video. So I'm going to start with that because I want you to see where it led up to. And so we're going to be doing a lot of looking at videos today just because I think that this is just the perfect day to do that. So let me see. Can I? Oh, here we go. Nope, that's not the button I was looking for because I've already shown you me. Okay, so this is a video that I took last night right about 8:08 last night. So here, let me bring you over here. And let me just move that over a little bit like that. Connie says, you look beautiful, Lenny. I'm glad you were able to keep a peaceful mind. So much smoke from wildfires here in Washington State. Sending hugs. Yes. And I heard that there's a huge fire in Washington in the Spokane area. So I'm sure you're getting the smoke from that. And then they have smoke from the Canadian fires. And here's one of the reasons why I'm going to go through like the whole prep of like everything that I did to get prepared because right now it seems like there's natural disasters just everywhere because even yesterday we had a hurricane. We had a hurricane in California. It was up in the Ojai area. And it was like a 5.1, which is a pretty good shaker. So it's going to be really important for us to stay prepared. And I don't want to be a doomsdayer, but we also, too, we have to be realistic. And things like this are just, we should always have like a little emergency kits on standby. But here's the wind. And I wanted to show you this. So let's go here. We're going to go, nope, I don't want that. I want to move. Why isn't this moving? Oh, well. So here's here was at 8:08 last night. Now this big tree right here, that tree scares the bejesus out of me. Whatever that saying is, that tree scares me because that's two houses down, and it's like not in anybody's backyard, but it's on a slope maintained by our association, and that is the biggest tree, and I'm always worried that that tree is going to fall during a windstorm. So I don't know what I was going to do if it was going to fall, but I was definitely watching that one. And I don't even think that this gives it like justice as to how loud it was. So that was at 8:08. Yeah, nope. Yeah, that was at 8:08 last night. And the eye of the storm wasn't directly over us, but it was really close to us. And that lasted pretty much the majority of the night and into the early morning. And we ended up getting, I think, just over 2 inches of rain within 24 hours. Like, I think it was like 2.5 inches of rain. And I mean, it was pretty scary. Okay, now Indy. Indy did great until the wind started like that. And once the wind started like that, she was like, nope, I'm out of here. I love you, Mom, but you're on your own. And she went and she hid under Robert's bed. And now I don't see, here's the thing is like she hides under Robert's bed because my mattress and bed springs is actually on the ground, because when I had Liberty, I don't know if you remember Liberty, she was my dog that I had before Indy. She got super old and she couldn't climb up on the bed. So I actually put my bed on the ground, and I've never bought another like little bed stand. So if Indy wants to hide under the bed, she has to go into Robert's room. So, but just to give you an idea that Indy did really well, right about 5 o'clock. That's when the wind really started picking up. And so Indy decided that this was the best thing ever. And this is what I caught her doing. She's like, oh no, Mom caught me. And so that's just a big old palm tree branch, that leaf or whatever you call it, frond that fell down. So she had the best time frolicking in the rain and chewing on this big palm tree thing. And she basically did that. Don't ask me why she's doing all of this. I think she's showing off. And then we heard something here like down the street, which is going to freak her out a little bit. So yeah, she's just standing there chewing like nobody's business, just like, yeah, this is great. And so Indy is the cutest. Yes, she really is. So she just like, see, we heard like some kid yell, and she does this little thing where she holds up a paw when she's like on alert. But she just sat there and she basically made my backyard even messier. But I went ahead and you know what? She was cooped up all day long. So I just let her live her best life. I just let her live her best life. And so that was, she is super cute. But that was right about 5 o'clock. So, okay, so let's rewind. I kind of am doing this backwards, but I really wanted you to get the idea of like what it led up to. And so let's see, on Saturday, actually, Robert and I went on Friday after the live stream. We went to Target and we picked up water and we picked up some non-perishable foods. I have like stuff to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I got some stuff like canned foods, just something that would have fed us had the electricity of gone out and all the stuff in our refrigerator had gone bad. So I have some non-perishable foods, and then We got some batteries for our flashlights, and Robert is an avid camper. So he has a lot of camping supplies. And I also, too, have a fair amount. I don't have as much as he does, but we have like solar lamps and stuff like that. So we got all of that prepared. So we did that on Friday. And then on Saturday, I started just putting everything kind of like all together, just taking stock of everything that I had, because I figured you saw how bad the wind got. And I figured if the wind was that bad or worse, and like a tree fell down or, Courtney says that she picked up peanut butter jelly because you did. You know what? I thought it was just a good food that, a loaf of bread would last for a while, and peanut butter and jelly, you don't have to refrigerate it. So I thought that was a great idea. But on Saturday, I started just kind of putting everything all together. Now, I am going to show you this video of everything that I did, and then I'm going to give you some further suggestions. Because like I said, I had a lot of really good comments of people just being like, you did a good job, but think about this. So let's go ahead and look at the video that I did, and then that way we can go from there. So this is the video, and let's watch this. Hurricane Hilary is on her way, and to tell you the truth, I have never prepared for anything like this. So let me show you what I've done, and if you have any suggestions, I would love to hear them. These are solar lanterns, and they're completely charged. So if the electricity goes out tonight, at least I'll have a little bit of light there. I charged all of my tablets, my laptop, my phone. That's all charged. I have my rain boots just in case I have to go outside. And then I have this cute little windbreaker, again, in case I have to go outside. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, I had to use those because what happened, and one of the things that I did not think about that I would recommend is our rain gutter was clogged. For some reason, I mean, Robert puts up my Christmas lights for me every single year, and every year he cleans out the rain gutters when he's on my roof. And I was just thinking like, oh yeah, no, it's not that long ago. I only have one tree. So I'm like, how many leaves can one tree drop? But right about Sunday night, right when the wind really started to pick up and the rain really started going, that's when we figured out that the rain gutter was clogged. So we were out there in the wind, in the rain, and I'm holding the ladder, and Robert's out there just scooping out the leaves out of the gutter. So one thing I would recommend that I didn't do on here is check your rain gutters. I have some headlamps, again, just in case the electricity goes out, extra batteries, extra chargers for all of my phones and tablets, my keys, just in case we have to evacuate. I live at the top of a hill, so I'm not really worried about flooding, but I'm definitely worried about wind damage and trees going over. I mean, that big old tree over here, let me show you this one. That big old tree right there, that's 2 houses down. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that one. But we took all of our patio furniture off the patio. It's in the garage. Our wind chimes are down. I went and I filled up my car so I have a full tank of gas. And then lastly, this is where we will go just in case we get a tornado warning. That's a bathroom in the center of the house, and I think that's the safest place. So that's everything we've done. If you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them, and let me know what you think. Okay, so going back and looking at this, a couple of things that some subscribers and some viewers told me that I think is a really good idea is that while my car is full of gas, they had recommended that I had backed into the garage because for some reason, if I was going to have to leave in a hurry, instead of having to like back out maybe around debris or something, that it would have been easier to have just pulled right out of my garage. Now, for everything that I had here on the table, another couple of things that they really suggested that was a great idea. The electricity goes out. Hold on here, let me get right here. Tablets. With my keys. Oh, I did not put gas in my car. Courtney. Okay. See, here's the thing. It's like every time I see like a hurricane hit Florida or like a really bad tornado or anything, the news always shows like super long lines at gas stations. Because it's like, I don't know if like the electricity goes out or what, but I wanted to kind of I didn't want to have to worry about filling up after like a bad storm. So I actually went to Costco and I filled up, and apparently a lot of other people in Temecula had the same idea because it was packed. But for some reason, nobody thought about going to the very end pumps because I drove right in and I filled up. So I was like, ah. So that was like a little side note. But what they recommended that I do that I didn't do is like all the stuff for Indy. Because ideally, what I did and I put my keys there is just in case of evacuations. Because what I did is I read all of the warnings from the Weather Channel National Hurricane Center. Gave Oh, I know, Courtney. Next time that we have a natural disaster, I will text you and remind you of everything that we need to do. So I actually looked on, because I'm a weather nerd. I looked on the weather, my little weather app. It actually gave me like suggestions. So like right here, it was telling me like, okay, this is coming your way. Here's the things you need to do. So I was really trying to follow along with what they were saying because I got you covered. Because, like I said, I was scared. I mean, this was outside of my comfort zone. And instead of just being scared and like letting my irrational fears just have their way with me, I felt much more in control and much calmer by being proactive. So that's one of the reasons why I did all this. But they said that with my keys, to put like all of Indy stuff, like her leash, if she has like any snacks or anything like that, just in case, like it's kind of like the ideology of like you have to grab and go. So they said I should have had like a little bag of dog food for her leash. So that way, just in case we had to go, we go. They also recommended that like to get a Ziploc bag and to put IDs, anything important, any important paperwork, put it in that bag and put it right there. So I thought that those were a couple of really good ideas that I didn't incorporate into my little preparation. Now, one thing I didn't show you, I had it filmed, but I didn't show you was my pantry because my pantry is, unfortunately, I did not think camera ready. I didn't feel like it was, where would you go? I have no idea, Kara. It really depends on what the situation was. I mean, they said that just to be prepared for evacuation. And I know that when Brandon was living here, we actually had an old meeting spot. And what we were going to do is we were going to meet down at the Church of Christ in Encinitas. So if we were all three of us were scattered, we would leave the area and that's where we would meet. Well, Brandon's not here anymore. He's in Arizona. So it's just Robert and I. And so we just followed the recommendations and prepared for evacuation. So it's crazy because it's like, I guess what it would be is if, even though that there's a lot of wind, if there was like maybe a fire, I don't know. I just followed what they were saying. So anyway, back to my pantry. My pantry was not camera ready. So I did have a bunch of food and dry goods all ready to go. But another thing is water. So Robert and I, when we went to Target, we grabbed a couple of those big old gallon things of water. You know, the ones that set on your counter and you have to like poke a hole in top. And then you squeeze a little thing. It's more than a gallon. It's like a couple of gallons. We got 2 of those. But what I also did is we have a lot of like drinking containers that we take to the gym. We have 2 of them that are a gallon, a couple of half-gallon ones. So I filled those up also. But I got told time and time and time again to fill up my bathtub full of water because what I didn't realize that could happen is that if society breaks down, if the infrastructure, I think it's called infrastructure, if it stops and and you don't have water to your house, let's just say for something happened and something would have happened and it would hold on here. If something had happened and we didn't have running water in the house, we could scoop out the water out of the bathtub and we could use that for like flushing our toilets and stuff like that. And then they also said to get like those freezer bags that they recommended to put my ID in. They also said fill those full of water and put those in the freezer because what would happen is if the electricity went out, if you already had those frozen bags of water in your freezer, it would act more like insulation, and hopefully it would keep your food longer, which I thought was a great idea. So we had the water all taken care of. I did not fill up the tub full of water because the wind really didn't kick in until like 8 o'clock at night, and then by then I was too tired to do it. So, but we had a lot of gallons and we had a lot of containers full of water. Kara says you would have to go to Arizona, but the mountains were impassable. This is where you need a plan. No, we weren't going to go. We weren't going to go to Arizona. We were going to go to, Brandon's in Arizona now, but when he lived here, we had a plan where all three of us would meet. Now Robert is here with me. I mean, he still lives here, so we're kind of stuck with each other, and we don't have to have a meeting point. I mean, basically, it really depends on whatever the disaster is, and we're just going to go the other way. So that's why I had my car filled up full of gas so we could book it and go. Let's see here. Great idea. Yeah, I thought that was a really good idea. And Lauren says, yes, in your sinks also. Yes. So I was already prepared because those recommendations started coming in on Saturday. So I was really keeping an eye open on the wind. The wind is what was really like that I was the most concerned about. Because again, I live on a hill, and I wasn't really worried about flooding. So it was more of like the wind event. And had that knocked out electricity or anything like that, I mean, Temecula has, the majority of our water source are well water because we're built on top of a natural reservoir. So had something happened to like the water system, I wanted to be prepared. And I never thought about again, filling the sinks and the tubs full of water. So that's something that I would have done. How near is your fire department? It's like 2 minutes away. It's right down the street. But the thing is like the kind of fire that I'm thinking about is because California has so many wildfires, and I mean, we're prone to fire events. And the thing is like, if something were to happen and it was a fire event, my little fire station isn't going to be able to save everybody. So we have to be mobile. Lauren says, yeah, you live on a hill. It's mostly trees and whatnot. I live on a pretty big mountain. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like the surrounding trees. And I definitely lost a couple of branches off my palm trees, but they needed to go anyway. But I am most upset about the palm trees in my front yard. And let me show you those. So I ended up, this right here. Hold on. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's see here. Why are you not playing? Technical difficulties at its best. Let's see here. Okay. There we go. All right. So my backyard ended up being fine. So let me show you this. I'm going to walk you through this. This is my backyard. Again, not much more damage than what I showed you earlier with Indy. But we're going to walk through. Hold on here. You don't need to see the side of my yard because there's nothing going on there. But here we go. So I am so bummed because I have these cute little, here we go. I got us there. I have these cute little palm trees. And these little palm trees they just snapped right there. And they're kind of, I don't know what kind of palm trees these are, but I'm going to have to definitely find some new ones because they kind of like grow all crooked like that. Kind of like these right here. And so I lost those two right here. And I'm just kind of bummed about that. You know, my dad planted those, and it's just kind of like a bummer. So I'll just have to go get more. So is the main part of the hurricane pass? Yes. Yes, it is gone. Right now we have a cloudy day and it's only supposed to be like 75, which is so weird in itself. I mean, it's August in Riverside County in Southern California. We're supposed to be just absolutely baking. And so it just, to me, it's just really weird. I mean, again, like I said, I'm kind of like a weather kind of weird weather person, but it's I wouldn't say unsettling, but it makes me kind of scratch my head as to, you know, Mother Nature is just doing her own thing. And we had an earthquake yesterday up in Ojai, which is past it's kind of like up between, so I'm at the bottom of California, like towards San Diego, and then you have LA, then you have Ventura County, and then you have like some mist, like Carmel maybe, and then you have San Francisco. So California is a pretty big state. I live at the bottom towards San Diego, towards the Mexico border. Now the earthquake happened up in Ojai, which is past Ventura County. And it was a 5 point, I think a 5.1, 5.2, something like that. Had it have been here, I mean, that would have been a shaker. I didn't feel it, but it was really cute because I had a bunch of people reaching out to me. And I think one of the funniest ones is that, hold on here, is I had, hold on. Hmm, hmm, hmm. So I had Kelly reach out to me and she was like, "Hey, are you okay? I saw there's an earthquake." But she did it on a post that Jamie Lee Curtis actually posted about the earthquake. And I thought it was so funny. It's like Jamie Lee Curtis is super famous. And here she is. She's like, "Lonnie, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." But the actual post itself was very it had very limited amounts of response, meaning that Jamie Lee Curtis like would only allow so many responses because I mean she's very vocal on her she's outspoken, let's just put it that way, and she gets a lot of kind of not so kind comments. So it was the comments were restricted. So I follow her, we follow each other on Instagram, so I was able to message her and be like, "Yeah, I'm fine, you know, I couldn't respond to the original post, but we're fine." And I just thought that was just, I thought it was kind of funny. I thought it was cute. All right. So even with the hurricane, even with everything else, I again was struggling with my anxieties and my fears. I mean, it was just one of those kind of weekends. But what I did and what really helped me out is the simple fact that I still did my little outfit of the days. And I did that because it really helps. It helps me mentally. It helps me stay calm. And that's exactly what I needed to do. I needed to stay calm. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you day 15 and 16 because believe it or not, we are on day 17 of my fashion journey. Now, here's a thing that is, let's see here. Yes, no, it's very good that it passed, and it is cute that she did that. Here's the thing: is like I have I have a stalker kind of thing on TikTok, and so I'm having to block. I'm having to block quite often on TikTok, and they keep on like I don't know, they keep on saying stuff about why am I doing this journey. And I guess, you know, and not that I need to respond to her or anything, but I mean, I'm doing this journey for myself and and for other people also. So I just it kind of threw me off my game a little bit maybe, because I found myself this morning when I was getting ready, I was like, sometimes these negative comments, even though I say they don't bother me, sometimes they have a little bit of a sticky point. And while I can get rid of them eventually, I found that I was like, yeah, why am I doing this? Do people not want to see this? And then I'm like, no, Lonnie, you can't do that. You cannot like incorporate that into your thoughts at all. So then I'm like, boink, get out of there. And I'm going forward full steam ahead. So Kara says, it always rattled my nerves. I see hurricane 2 to 3 times a year. Yeah, no, you're right there in Florida. You get them all the time. And then Linda says, we had a hurricane in Edinburgh once, and the Scottish government sent us all home from work. Well, unfortunately, here in California, we are of the mindset of like, it will be okay. And it's funny because it's the truth. I mean, there's really never any, California never sees weather. Yeah, it seems like we have the same kind of weather all year round. I mean, it's either it's usually the same. So Californians were definitely taking this kind of like, yeah, it will be fine. And I probably would have done the same thing had I have not had that anxiety. And so that one definitely helped with that. So let's see here. This one is this is day 15. So this would be Saturday. And this is what I wore on Saturday. We have earthquakes and fires. Yeah, we don't have weather. We just have earthquakes and fires. You're right. You're absolutely right, Courtney. All right. So this is what I wore Saturday. Day 15 of my journey as a 59-year-old woman out to prove that you do not lose your style with age. And today's outfit is all about comfort. First, I'm going to have this cute little tank from Free People. This is the Freeway tank. I'm going to be wearing these cute little shorts I got from H&M. These have such a junior high school kind of gym short kind of vibe. Round off my 2 pieces in my outfit with my Converse Run Star hikes. So here's my outfit for staying home and getting ready for my hurricane. Oh, it's not my hurricane, but the hurricane. And all together with my tennis shoes. But since I am an overachiever and I want to be the most prepared person for a hurricane, I also have this look. So be sure to join me tomorrow as I show you day 16's fashion. Who knows, I might just be hunkered down somewhere holding on for dear life, but I'm going to show you what I am wearing. So I will see you all tomorrow. Come on, Indy, let's go get ready. Come on. She's such a good dog. I tell you, that dog is with me all the time. So Connie says, Lonnie, I am glad that you don't listen to those negative thoughts. I get them too, but I have so much joy making videos. I will continue. Connie, I'm not too sure if you realize this or not, but you're kind of like my little superstar here on this channel. I've been meaning to message you, but I have been sharing your TikToks here on this channel. And you have so much joy just radiating through your videos that I don't even have to say anything. I'm just like, would you like a 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds of joy? Let's just watch Connie. And I have to tell you, they absolutely love your TikToks. And I would be absolutely so sad if you stopped it because like I said, you bring me joy. And sometimes, I'll tell you right now, sometimes when I get in my head a little bit and I'm just like, you know what, this is getting hard. Maybe people are getting mean. I'll watch a couple of your TikToks and I'm like, no, I just have to have that same level of joy as Connie does. And it really helps me a lot. And I just want you to know what an inspiration you are to me. And I absolutely, every time I see your TikToks come across on my For You page, it fills me with joy to see that you started that journey and you are embracing it with sheer joy. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for that, Connie. All right, so I made it through Saturday and Sunday morning. Well, let's do this one first. Hold on here. So Sunday morning, I'll do this one first. So Sunday morning, I get dressed and here is my outfit of the day for day number 16. And let's bring this over and here we go. Day 16 of my style journey as a 59-year-old woman out to prove you do not lose your style with age. And today I am dressing comfy. Sundays are always my comfy day, so I don't wear contacts just to give my eyes a rest and just a real light makeup. Okay, so this makeup right here, I do want to show you this makeup real quick. Now this makeup, even though I'm like all squinty where I stopped, let's see if I can stop someplace better. Oh, nope. Let's try. Oh, there we go. Ah! Okay, so I do want to show this to you. Now this color right here, this is the same color as I have on right here, just much lighter. I put no primer on, so it was just a real nice kind of light little bit of shadow. And then also too, I just put on my blue liner and then I put on some blue mascara. So this is nothing more than just a light eyeshadow and the blue liner and the blue mascara. For my makeup, I just put on the e.l.f. Glow and then I put on a little tinted moisturizer. And for my cheeks, that was just a little bit of my MAC little plum blush. So it was super easy for me to do that. Let's see here. Courtney says, such a sweet compliment. It came from the heart. Connie says, I think it's some of the men that followed me that bug me, trying to hook up, even though I posted I'm married. Good thing I can erase the messages. Yeah, you know what? It's sometimes they do that to make you feel uncomfortable. And let me just talk about this really quick. Because Connie, it's like, again, it's like if they see a woman, and not all men are like this. And again, I don't want to come across as like a man hater because I absolutely am not. But what happens is like they want to hit on you. They want to try to make you feel uncomfortable and they try to sexualize you. And it's like they try to do that when they see it like a strong, happy woman. So don't let anybody ever take away your joy. However they come at you, don't let them have it and keep doing what you want. And you know what? Sometimes, Connie, you just got to admit you're hot, you know? It's like you're a good looking woman and take it as a compliment, erase it and move on. All right, finish in our outfit. Eyes are rest and just a real light makeup. Couldn't see there for a minute. I picked this t-shirt from Retro Brands, super soft. I got my pants at Target. These are just a cute little cargo pant. Things as comfy like elastic. And I picked my Converse Run Star Hike so that way, look, I can run. I think that this is a cute shirt. It's just not flowing with what I want. So I'm gonna switch to this cute little tank and see how that is. So much better. Might help if I don't wear my shirt inside out. Instantly better. It just amazes me how certain clothes can make you just not feel right. I ended up keeping the green Converse because again, we're under storm watch and you never know when I'm going to have to run. I'm prepared. I am absolutely terrified of storms. It's a childhood fear that I have that I'm really struggling with today. I find by coming on here, talking about my outfit, it's helping me calm my anxiety. So I want to thank you for being with me on my journey, hanging out with me today as I sit here waiting for thunder and lightning. And I will be back tomorrow, day 17. We're already up to day 17. So be sure to hit that follow button. I will see you all tomorrow. Okay, so a couple of things I want to show you on this one. For one thing, I absolutely, so that way, I love those Converse. If you're looking for a pair of tennis shoes and you want something different, these Converse Run Star Hikes are amazing. They're super comfortable. I love the platform. They come in all sorts of different colors. High top, low top, doesn't matter. You cannot go wrong with these Converse. Now, when I put this all together, it's a fine outfit. You know, I got this little t-shirt. This is a Free People t-shirt. But I got it off of their website. Yes, I've told you about it before where I get it from that used, it's like a rental clothing company called Nully, which is Nuuly. And if you go to Free People's either app or website and you look at their clearance section and you go to the very end, they have items there that have that they have rented out that they sell for super great prices. Now, I have bought from there before, and 3 of the things that I have gotten there have come with price tags attached, meaning that they had them set aside to rent. They never did. It's brand new. And I got this little t-shirt that was originally like $78. I got it for $9. I absolutely love this t-shirt. It's super soft, but it was not going with my flow. I did not feel I didn't feel like me. And so it just never ceases to amaze me how I made one little change and all of a sudden my confidence came out. I felt like this outfit was perfect. And even though I was staying home looking for a hurricane, I wanted to feel comfortable because again it all goes into my mental health and my mental well-being. And had I have stayed in this outfit, I wouldn't have had the same level of comfort that I had actually feeling good in what I'm wearing. So I say it again, and I say it, and I say it, and I say it, and I will say it again. Style and fashion are so much more important than just the items that we put on our body. It's how does it make us feel? I mean, I could put together a cute outfit all day long. And if it does not feel right when I put it on, I can't pull it off to save my life. And so sometimes in my head, I'll be like, this is going to be super cute. I'll put it on and I'm like, ooh, I don't like it. So I listen to myself and I'll be like, okay, what is it about this outfit that's making me uncomfortable? It was the shirt. So I just one easy change and all of a sudden I'm like, there it is. There's my confidence level. I can do this. So what I'm trying to convey to you is don't get hung up on style and fashion and all of that. Absolutely 100% just make sure that you feel good in what you're wearing. So I feel great in this. And it was just such a simple change. It was just a t-shirt. So I wore that. That was day, what, 15 and 16. And we are on day 17. And I am so excited to continue this journey because it's only been a couple of weeks. And I don't know. I feel really good. I feel like I have a voice again. And it's a really cool voice it's a really cool voice to share with you. And I love the fact that you are on my journey with me. Okay, so we're going to take a look at a couple of comments and none of them are going to be rude. You know what? I decided today, actually this morning, that I am not going to give a whole lot of energy to negativity. I know sometimes it makes me feel good to like share a comment and be like, you can't stop me. But you know what? In all honesty, they are stopping me. And the more I talk about them and the more I give energy to them, the more likelihood that they are to stick. So I'm going to concentrate and I am going to focus on the comments that we respond to that are positive and that can bring us some sort of value in our life other than negativity. So I tell you, I am just like, sometimes. Okay. So Courtney says, it's so true. Some things look better on the hanger. Exactly. Some things look so much better in my brain than on my body. And here's the thing. It's my mom taught me this trick. And I do this every single morning before I get ready and I start my video. But I lay out my outfit on my bed, including my shoes and including my accessories. And I get a visual of it laying on my bed. And then I'm like, ooh, yeah, no. Or like this morning, I'm not going to show you my outfit because I'm going to make you start waiting to see my outfits. But the outfit that I'm wearing today, I was originally going to wear like a flowery belt with it, but I decided to switch it for suspenders. So, and I came up with that idea once I actually laid the outfit on the bed. So that's what I do. And sometimes it looks better on the bed than it does on me. Connie says, I think it's so cool that we women over 50 just know what looks good on us, what style makes us feel good and which one not. Absolutely. And here's the thing. It's like, I got a comment because I always do my little, in fact, I'll show that to you here shortly, but I always do a little like recap of the week. And I had a woman reach out to me, very nice lady. And she's like, you look great in all your outfits, which is a great compliment. And she's like, but to tell you the truth, I'm a little jelly over, which means jealous. I'm so cool. I'm really not, but I think I'm funny. But she was like, I'm a little jelly over your confidence that you can wear this. So I put together a video and it's about It's not only our age that we get confidence with age, but it's about starting small and having little progressions of your style. I mean, you can and I'll post the video and we'll talk about it more tomorrow, but it is really truthfully about just pushing your little comfort zone. You push it a little bit, you push it a little bit, you push it a little bit, and before you know it, you're like, wow, I'm really confident in what I have. But that's a video that we'll see tomorrow because I don't want to, I got to save some stuff for tomorrow. All right. So the first comment that we're going to take a look at, she asked about these Converse Run Star hikes, and she asked if they have a good arch support. And my answer to that is I would say yes. These are extremely comfortable shoes. And again, the shoes that we're referring to are the Converse Run Star hikes, and they have the platform. And let's see here. Oop, here we go. These are the shoes that she is referring to, and they have this platform. And the thing is that sometimes on these platform shoes, they have the big sole, but they don't have any additional padding and comfort. This particular shoe has both. It has that nice thick sole, but it is so comfy. And I'm going to tell you, the only thing about these shoes is you get these out of the box and they are so squeaky. They're like, wear them outside for 5 minutes. It's going to go away. I promise. These I don't wear very often, but I do love them. I think I'm going to have to start wearing these more because typically what I would have done is I'd have just gone straight to my black ones, but I really like how the green gave this outfit a little bit of a different look. So yes, they are absolutely comfortable. They have a great arch support, and I 100% recommend these. All right, so now we're going to go back over here, and we're going to go here, and then I'm going to go here. I'm trying to figure out me and my technology. Sometimes I struggle with my own technology. Courtney says, yes, you are. You're so sweet. Linda says, yeah, we all have our own signature style that gives us joy. 100%. And I never, ever, ever am going to tell you what to wear. I'm just going to tell you to find what makes you happy. Linda says, I have flat platform Chucks and they are so comfy, like walking on air. They really are. Converse did a great job with their platform shoes. Vans, on the other hand, I cannot break in my Vans platforms, but that's a different story for a different day. I promise. Different story for a different day. All right, next comment. Cindy asked about the brand of the pants. And again, it is the pants that I had on in that video, and they are from Wild Fable. So these are the pants that she was talking about. These are from Wild Fable, which is a Target brand. Now, on Friday, if you remember correctly, we were looking at the plus sizes at both Target and Walmart. Target has some really cute pants. These are a size extra small. They do run big and they do run long, but with these platform shoes, they're perfect. I've had these now for a couple of years and they're amazingly comfortable. So they have an elastic waist and I absolutely love them. But again, those are a Target brand and I love them. Peggy says, I love the shoes. What about ankle support, or would you need the boots? Peggy, on these, okay, so let me bring you back here. For ankle support, for some reason, and I get what you're talking about. I have a pair of those Vans platform, and I've been trying to break them in, and I wore those on Saturday, and I rolled my ankles a couple of times, where I'm like, why am I falling off my tennis shoes? Kind of like feel. I have never had that problem with these here. I never feel like I'm going to roll my ankle. Now they do come in a high top also. So if you want to be cautious, you could get a high top one, but 100%, I have never felt like I was going to roll my ankle like I did with my Vans. So I would say you don't need an ankle support. That for some reason, the way the sole is incorporated into the shoe, it's perfect. And I personally have never needed the ankle support. So Good question. Thank you so much. Connie says, I have some Target jeans, very comfy, flattering on size 14 body. Yeah. And that's just the thing. It's like sometimes, again, my makeup is drugstore makeup. My fashion, aside from getting things from Free People on their website, most of the times I'm perusing their clearance section, or I'm buying resale, or I'm thrifting, or I'm getting my clothes at Marshall's or Target. You can be absolutely fashionista on a budget, and it's just a matter of giving yourself the opportunity to look for these things and to find what works for you. Okay. We're not going to say that one. And let's see here. Oh, I just want to mention this one here. She actually had some good advice for hurricanes. And this is where she was saying about the freezer trick. And I just wanted to let you know again about keeping the things in your freezer colder. And I never thought about freezing bags of water and then putting them in your freezer, letting them freeze, and then it acts more like an ice chest. So I really wanted to thank her and let her know that I saw this. And she also came up with a really good idea that you can dump out like milk gallons or something like that, because the milk isn't going to last. Fill that up with water, freeze that, and then you have longer use out of your refrigerator than you would before. So I again wanted to say thank you for everybody who reached out to me. And yes, I figured you meant the high top ones, Peggy. But I just wanted just to tell everybody thank you so much for checking in on me and just being like, hey, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm still here. I'm still alive. I'm still making my way through this whole thing. And during this whole adventure, during everything that happened, I actually did a swift water rescue of a lizard. And I want to explain to you what I'm talking about, because I went on a walk and I found a little lizard in the curb, because where I live, we have the sidewalks and we have the curbs. And then going down the curbs, it had started to rain all night and there was a lot of water, kind of like a little, if you were a lizard, it would be like a flash flood. And I saved a lizard, and I want to show you my little lizard. And let's go ahead and take this over and I will show you this. I saw that. Good for you. Yeah, I have a backstory. He is actually a little bit more, I have to check in on my brother. Is he living out here? So my little lizard was actually hurt worse than I thought, but let me show you this. And I'm showing you the wrong one. So let me bring this back over, because I have a voiceover that I want to share with you. So let's get rid of this one and let's pull this one out. Nope, we'll pull this one. Okay. And I'm going to show you my lizard if it's the last thing I do. Okay, here we go. Oh, Lonnie, pick the right button. One in Ventura, the other one in Lakeside. Yeah, you might want to check on both of them, because Ventura was pretty close to that earthquake that we had. Okay, here we go. Early morning Hurricane Hilary update. Plus, I did a lizard rescue, and I'm going to need some help on this one, but that comes later in the video. The rain started this morning about 2 o'clock, and it hasn't really stopped yet. The wind isn't too bad, so we decided to grab Indy and go for a quick walk. When we started on the walk, I found a little lizard in the rain gutter. It couldn't get out. It was like stuck to the curb, so I scooped it out of the gutter and I put it on the sidewalk, thinking it was going to run away. But when we came back from our walk, I found it exactly where I left it, and I knew I couldn't leave it there, so I picked it up. Yeah. And you have no idea how many comments I got, especially here on YouTube, about me picking up the lizard wrong. I 100% no. When you pick up a lizard by its tail, chances are the tail's going to come off. What I didn't want, I'm scared of lizards. I'm not really scared of them, but I'm not out there capturing them all day long. So I was a little leery about grabbing this lizard, for one. The other thing, I had my camera in one hand and I'm trying to pick it up with the second one. And if you notice correctly, I had it kind of by its tail, but I also kind of had it around its buttocks area. So I had a pretty good grasp on it towards its bottom. So yes, I know I did not pick it up perfectly, but I picked it up. I picked up a lizard. Now, I thought the lizard just needed to rest, that maybe it was tired from trying to get out of the little gutter thing, but I think it's too cold because it's not really moving. I mean, it's alive. It's still setting where I put it, but I'm wondering, do I need to warm this lizard up so it's going to be okay? Do I just leave it alone? I mean, I need some lizard help, so I know what to do for my little buddy here. So let me know, should I do anything else or should I just leave it there, and is it going to warm up eventually? I just need your help. Okay, so the update on my lizard. Unfortunately, looking at my lizard closer, and I say my lizard because he's my buddy, he does have a little bit of a broken arm. And right here, and I didn't notice it until I looked back on my video. Somebody mentioned it. And also too, I went out and I checked on him. And this little arm right here, it's broken. But here's the thing. It's like I actually made a little lizard hospital for this guy. All right. I have a container that I put over the valves of my sprinkler that I had removed because I didn't want it blowing away during the storm. So I took that. I sealed off both ends with paper and tape. I took the top off so I could look down at my lizard, and I put a spot for him in my garage where I was going to put a heating pad, and I was going to make sure that my little lizard did okay. But when I went back out to grab him again, he's like, I'm good. And he scurried underneath my front door because I have a little lip where my front door and then the sidewalk, there's a little lip about that big. And he went right under there next to the house. So I'm like, okay, I have a choice. I can overly traumatize this lizard and try to grab him and put him in my garage, or I can leave him where he is and just let him ride out the storm and warm up today. And that's what I chose to do. I chose to just let him, he was going to be outside if he was in the wild anyway. So I let him stay where he was. I've been checking on him. He's been moving around. And yes, he does have a little bit of a broken leg. I say a little bit, like, there's different variations of a broken leg, but he's very mobile because when I went to check on him again, he's like, see ya. And that's when he ran under the door. I'm sure it's not ideal for a lizard to only have 3 legs, but I mean, I can't make a little lizard splint, and I sure as heck can't, I'm not going to take him to the vets because I don't think a vet can do anything. So I am providing him shelter. And last night, it got a little chilly in the wind and the rain. So I went and covered him up with a little towel because I figured that would like insulate him a little bit. And this morning when I checked on him, he was outside of the towel. He's still hanging out around my front porch. So I think that as far as my lizard rescue goes, I'll give myself a 9 out of 10. I mean, I probably could have brought him right into the house, but I was really afraid that he was going to get out. And then Robert 100% made it very clear that if I brought the lizard into the house and he escaped, he was not going to help me catch him, that I was an adult. And if I made that adult decision, I was on my own. So I think I did good. I mean, I got him out of the water. He was going to die. It was too cold. The water was going too fast, and he only has 3 legs. So I think I'd done good. Courtney says, Lonnie, your heart was in the right place. Absolutely. And it really was. And there was no way I could leave that little lizard in the gutter. And there was no way I could leave him on the sidewalk, totally exposed. I mean, it was a cold sidewalk. It was raining. There was no way I could just leave him there. I had to bring him and give him a little shelter. Linda says that was a good thing you did. Well, thank you. Yeah, and again on YouTube, I actually have a lot of people respond and said I should have left them for the birds. And I'm like, you know what? If the bird wants to eat my lizard, they can come up on my front porch and they could eat him there. But I was not going to leave him out for the for the public to to come and take my lizard. So I will give you an update tomorrow. I'm assuming that today, once it warms up, he's gonna go do his best lizard life. But until then, I am very proud of myself for helping my little lizard. And that, my friends, was my adventure with my first hurricane that got downgraded to a tropical storm, but I've never even been in a tropical storm before. So I can check that off my list and I can be okay with that. I hope that I gave you some really good ideas for your own emergency preparations. And truthfully, and I don't want to be this person that's just like, oh, the end of the world is coming. But we do need to be prepared. I mean, Mother Nature is Mother Nature is acting up. Let's just put it that way. And I think that we all need to have a certain level of preparedness just for our own safety. So there are things that I am going to just call a vet and see if it treats reptiles. Well, for one thing, I know how much it will cost, and I am not going to incur that cost. I gave that lizard a fighting chance, and that lizard, unfortunately, is going to be on its own. Peggy says, I'm a hardcore punk chick from the 80s and can't believe I've never heard of freezing my dachshunds. Is that ever hard on the leather? Peggy, no. It just makes sure that it is a real leather. And here's the thing. Do not do patent leather. Do not do vegan. That will hurt both of those leathers. So it has to be straight leather Doc Martens. Also, too, if your boot is heavily designed, meaning like an applique or if it's embroidered or anything like that, I probably wouldn't freeze it for the simple fact that I wouldn't want to hurt that. But your regular old Doc Martens, I mean, my white Jadens were impossible to break in until I froze them. I have Hello Kitty Jadens that I've had to freeze 3 times. I've done some loafers. So yes, absolutely. If you have a pair of Doc Marten boots that you cannot break in, use my bag, use that trick and absolutely do it. Now on my white Jadens, I actually had a bag rip and explode and it froze my boot. Didn't hurt the leather at all. Because one of the ways that the punkers, that the punk rock group used to break in their boots is they would wear them in the shower. So getting the boot wet is not going to hurt your leather. And so freeze away, my friend. You're gonna appreciate it. Now, I do have more tips and tricks for Doc Martens, and we'll get to that later this week. Also, to tomorrow. Tomorrow is, I think what we're gonna do tomorrow is we're really going to look at steps to build our confidence for getting to the point where you can wear whatever you want. I'm going to show you my outfit that I'm wearing today, and then I'm going to show you the video that I'm working on, showing super simple, easy ways that we can incorporate just style into our wardrobe without feeling like you have to change your entire aesthetic all at once. So we're going to be talking about that. And then also too, I think we're going to be looking at some Amazon deals tomorrow. So that's everything that we're doing tomorrow. I appreciate you all for hanging out with me. I absolutely love it. And by the way, my new chair, I got this at Marshall's on clearance, and it has made all the difference in the world, because what you all didn't know is I was sitting on a bar stool, and every once in a while you'd hear me jump off and I'd like spin it around to make it higher, but it was just a wooden bar stool and it was ruining my back. I have a bad back anyway. I have scoliosis. You see me sometimes wearing my little strap to pull my shoulders back, and I was in physical pain by the time that I was done with our lives. Today, I'm telling you right now, I'm feeling good. My back is feeling good. Everything's feeling good. So I'm glad that I bought my chair because, look, I'm still smiling and I'm not in pain. So I'm going to have a great day. And that is our live show for today. So be sure to come back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be looking at today's outfit. Are you showing off today's outfit or did I miss it? No, I'm not going to show you today's outfit anymore. I'm going to make you wait for the next day. I only showed 15 and 16. Tomorrow is day 17. So I'm going to give you a little teaser though. It has suspenders. So I'll show you today's outfit tomorrow, and then we'll talk about some easy ideas on how to incorporate some cool things into your wardrobe along with Amazon. So yeah, no, I decided to stop giving you a sneak peek. For one thing, it's really hard for me to get out of my new chair because it is not as mobile. And you know what, truthfully, if we're going to be completely honest, it's because it's hard to get out of this chair. It's comfortable, but it's not that easy to move. So that led me to this decision. So I'll show it to you tomorrow. All right. So everybody, I love you dearly. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for being supportive. I'm very glad I made it through the storm. We're going to have a great live tomorrow, and I will see you then. And I'm not going to unplug my microphone, so you'll be able to hear me right away. All right, everybody.